Bobby Ingram, Curtis Ennis. Know that we've been loyal way back from the beginning. A trusted source for the news. 79th Halas, what it is, what it do. Since Bobby Ingram, Curtis Ennis. Know that we've been loyal even when we wasn't winning. A trusted source for the news. 79th Halas in your ears, you. Since Bobby Ingram, Curtis Ennis. Know that we've been loyal.
What is going on, Bears fans? Welcome back to another edition of 79th Halas. It is your boy Scott here, man. We got the man Bang here in the building. Of course, you can follow me at Barbchair Scott on all social media platforms. You can follow Bang at JR Bang on all social media platforms as well. Flows is not here. So Bang is filling in for him. We are going to be breaking down the 2025 Chicago Bears schedule. Everything is out. Just came out 5 minutes ago. I couldn't make it through the whole video because I'm not gonna lie. Compared to the last two videos, 2023 they redid the bear, which I thought was cool. Last year they kind of did like a Ferris Bueller type vibe with them being in high school. This one was just something with Lamar where they were looking for the real Ben Johnson. I don't know. I didn't like it. I thought they could have done better than that. But everything is out, all the matchups across the NFL. I'm starting to feel the football vibe. Bang, how are you feeling?
Hey man, they can start season next week. I'm ready.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I'm ready.
That's where I'm at with it right now. Shout out to everybody, man. If you're in the chat, leave a comment, leave a question. We finna be on here for a little bit and talking about this schedule, man. So first of all, we've been on this all day. A lot of stuff has been leaking earlier. I've been tweeting all of it on the Barber's Chair, not the Barber's Chair, but the 79th Halas page. Some of y'all questioned me today, which I did not like. Trust me, I would not put out stuff like that if it wasn't confirmed. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of y'all didn't know because y'all don't follow the page. That's fine. I answered your questions, and I think I did a good job of not cussing anybody out. But yeah, so pretty much everything was confirmed outside of like 4 games that we had earlier. So you know the leakers were pretty spot on. So first I'm just gonna read the entire schedule and then we're going to react to everything, man. So hold on, I just had it right here a second ago. Here we go. All right. So the schedule for the 2025 season, man, the Bears kick it off at home on Monday Night Football. When was the last time we opened up on Monday Night Football at home? Like, we never, ever have home night games. So that'll be a good one. Week 1 against our division rival Minnesota Vikings. Week 2, we're on the road. Ben Johnson makes his return to Detroit. I thought this one would be prime time. I actually thought this would probably be the week 1 game, especially when we started seeing all of these different division matchups in week 1. But that'll be it. Week 3, back at the crib, 325 spot. So the game of the week on Fox, the Bears will be hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Week 4 on the road. I am very excited for this game because I just love an excuse to go to Las Vegas. We'll be in Vegas to take on Geno, Pete Carroll, a guy we hope to have Ashton Jeanty and the Las Vegas Raiders. Week 5, very early bye. Not a fan. Not a fan of the week 5 bye. Yeah. Whatever. Like, that's way too early in the season. Week 6, another Monday Night Football game. We gonna run it back from the Hail Mary game. The Bears will be traveling to the nation's capital to take on the Commanders in a rematch. Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams. Week 7, back at the crib. We playing the New Orleans Saints and whatever nigga they tried out there at quarterback. Week 8, on my birthday, October 26th, the Bears will be in Baltimore taking on the 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. After that, Bears hit the Cincinnati in week 8 to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 9, back at the crib, taking on the New York Giants. And will it be Russell Wilson? Will it be Jameis? Will it be Jackson Dart? We will just have to find out. Week 10, on the road again to face the Minnesota Vikings. That'll wrap up our season series after that. Week 11, we've got will it be the return of Aaron Rodgers? Will it be the return of Aaron Rodgers to Soldier Field as we'll be playing the Pittsburgh Steelers? Week 12, right? I'm on week 12. I think I'm on 12. Yeah,
Yeah.
week 12. Black Friday on Amazon. The Bears will be in Philadelphia to take on the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Week 13, we're on the road going to Lambeau, a place that we are undefeated at in 2025, by the way, to take on the Green Bay Packers. Week 14. Hold on, I'm off. Week 14. No, it's week 15. I'm off. My map is different. Week 15, we're heading back home to face, will it be Shedeur Sanders? Maybe it'll be Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. Week 16, back at the crib. This one I think is going to be a night game. Hasn't been confirmed yet, but it does look like it's the second of a doubleheader on that Saturday after Christmas against the Green Bay Packers at the crib. Week 17, Sunday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers. And then we close out the season week 18 at home. For the first time, I came in last time, we closed out the season at home against the Detroit Lions to wrap that up. These could be some very, very big games. Bang, initial thoughts on just the schedule so far?
So the Bears have the second most difficult schedule currently right now. Well, actually, the Bears and the Lions are tied for second. Last year I think we had the easiest, so that's why we were geeks. So now we got the most difficult. Um, I like that it spread it out though. My worry was that it was going to be either top heavy or bottom heavy. It seems to be spread it out. So I had told you when I had did this at first when we got one of the rumors. It's like your card subject to change. So it's definitely changed a lot. But I think it spread it out in a way where the Bears could still have a successful 2024-2025 season.
Yeah, I do like the way it's spread out. I think that we will know about this team right away. First of all, I love the night game to start the season off. So if I'm counting right, if we include the game of the week, we've got one, two. It seems like we got like 6 prime time or in prime type position games. You got 2 Monday nighters. We don't have a Thursday night. It looks like we don't have a Thursday night. Um, and we have a couple of Sunday night. We have one Sunday night as well. So I think it's like 5 or 6 primetime
I'm
games.
glad
Really
we ain't got
feels,
one of them Thursday night joints. Keep that the way.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And keep. I don't need none of that. But my initial thoughts. Very tough schedule, but with tough schedules is also pending because we don't know what teams are not going to match up to their expectations, what teams are going to be, what players are going to be injured, what's it going to be like. But I also think this is a good test, man, for everybody who's out there being scared. Do you want to be a good team or not? Like that, I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. Do you have faith in your quarterback? Do you have faith in your head coach to be able to do well in these situations? Um, and I also think giving us a shot against a rookie quarterback week 1 is pretty good. Let's get. I don't know if JJ McCarthy's gonna be good or not, but if he's gonna be good, let's get him in his first ever career
Wait,
start.
you talking about future? You talking about future Nazareth Academy head coach? His alma mater, JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy. Yes, like we're gonna get our first shot against him. The games that I'm like, I don't like that Philly game. I don't like that Philly game. Now I will say this: by that time, the offense should be up and rolling to where I feel like, oh, we're coming in there guns ablaze, and that's why I did not want to face these niggas week 1. I did not want to be embarrassed on banner night. I'm glad they sent in the Cowboys there. Let Jerry watch them celebrate and then get embarrassed. I want no parts of that. But I also love how the division games are kind of like you said. They're like some of them are back to back, but they're not like what it was last year where you had like 6 of the last 8 were all division games.
Yeah.
So I really like that. Yeah, I think that I don't know what I would think record wise, but I do think if we can come out of this schedule as it looks right now with a winning record and be able to um be a playoff team, I would really like our chances to come playoff time because this is a schedule that will show you what kind of thing that'll be. Which game are you most excited for?
Man, I'm excited for week 2. I'm excited for week 2. The Detroit Lions have been the class of the division. For the last 2 years, we've taken part of their coaching staff, of course, with head coach Ben Johnson, Antoine Randall, and a couple of others. Um, so when you have two division games out the gate, you got to win those. However, that week two, going up against the Detroit Lions, it's a real big test coming off the top. So I think it'll really say a lot to where the Bears are. I think I've said this a couple of times on the show. I think though the way that the preseason is set up right now, I think that the first games of the NFL season is the preseason. So when you look at the first couple of games of the season, you got 4 games, and then you got to bye. So while it might not be the most opportune time for us to have that bye, when you look at how I feel like the first part of the season starts, you could get a lot of stuff out the way and then go on your run. But looking at that Detroit Lions game, that to me is going to be very big for the confidence of not just the Bears players, but the coaching staff.
Yeah, out of those first 4 games you're talking about, the three of the 4 NFC games. Two of them are division games. These are very important for playoff positioning. I can see it where we're going about week 3-1. Now, didn't we face Washington after the bye last year too? Yeah, we
Yes,
did. We did.
that was the game right after the bye, and that's when shit went left.
In fact, it's like a week or two difference from when the game actually happened. It's almost a year to the date from that game. They're gonna come out very, very, very. And I do believe that's gonna be a game that the Bears gonna have circle. I think the Bears gonna have that circle. Obviously, the division games are all circle. I think they're gonna want to win for being in Detroit week 2 for sure. But to me, the games I'm looking at, man, I need that Washington.
Yeah.
Like I need to get back. And I don't need no win when we won 13-10. No, I don't want any more 13-10 games. You went out there, you spent the money for your head coach. You went out there, you drafted the right people, you traded for the right people. This offense needs to be rolling. I want to see points. But I want to see Caleb Williams return home to Washington, D.C., walk in Jaden Daniels' house and beat him and have the better game. Because I have been annoyed by the coverage of these two quarterbacks since that game. It has driven me up a wall, and I cannot been able to say anything because of how the way that game ended. Yeah, we're not. Nobody remembers Caleb mowing them down, and they should have had a couple point lead, but Eberflus wanted to run some dumb plays in the end zone. Nobody remembers that. Nobody remembers that. Nobody cares. Go in there, make a statement for this one. You know what's funny? I could look at it where the first game, I don't want to call it a trap game, obviously, because the division game is not a trap game. But my Bears PTSD could still see JJ McCarthy walking in the Soldier Field, walking us down and winning that game. Something like that would not shock me. That's just some Bears type stuff.
You on your own with that one, Jack. The way I feel about JJ McCarthy, you on your own with that one, Jack. Now that Detroit game is also the reason why I'm a little bit nervous and a little bit afraid. Off of the strength of simply we've been playing this team good for the last couple of years. Games been close, those Chesterfield games and everything. Um, I don't want it to be no situation where we're beating him and they just so happen to come back and all of that stuff. Like, and this is Ben going up against Ben's former team. You got Campbell. That game feels like whoever wins that game is going to get Gatorade tossed on them.
Oh,
If the
100%. That's the Gatorade game.
Yeah, like
100%.
that's the game. Like if the Bears win that game, the Bears celebrate like, yeah, we did it for our head coach. He beat his former team. If Detroit Lions win, it's like, yeah, everybody talking about we ain't shit without Ben.
I think Bang's into there froze. But yeah, yeah, that to me is a Gatorade game for sure. Go ahead, man. You can hear it.
I'm there. I was just saying that I believe that game is going to set the tone for the rest of the year for both teams. What happens if that's the Gatorade game? That's the Gatorade game. Somebody is going to get Gatorade tossed on them after that game because Ben Johnson might look at the situation and be like, okay, I defeated my former team. Everybody celebrating. Yeah. or the Lions might be like, hey, y'all thought we wasn't gonna be shit without Ben, but now look at us. We've beat this little team y'all think we got. So very interested for that game.
And I think that's going to be a game that both teams want equally, like you just
Oh, they
said.
want
But
that.
yeah, Detroit has been a lot of people been talking crazy about Detroit, like, oh, they're over. Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn were the soul of their offense and the defense. They're not going to do anything with any of those coaches. How good is Dan Campbell? Can he get more assistant coaches? We even know they've been texting people. We know the playful relationship that Caleb has with Amon Ra. Amon Ra's been texting Ben. Ben's been texting Amon Ra. They're going to want that game. And the Bears need to match that hunger. The Bears need to come in there, so we want to win this for our guy. Because on paper, you would think Detroit might want it more than them. But I also feel that's a game that, let's just say the Bears go in there and Ben's like, oh, I know this team like the back of my hand. And let's just say we watch them. That can parachute you for the rest of the season. Okay, this is the new era in the NFC North now, and we gonna move that forward. So in total, the Bears do have 5 primetime games. They do have 5 primetime games, which is I think did I say 6? No, I said 5. I think I said 5 was my prediction. Of what I thought was gonna be one more than last year. And there's also some possibility there could be some flexes. Now, you know what game I see could be a potential flex?
What's that?
This is I think it's like week 12. My math is terrible, people. I'm trying to count this shit in my head. It's week 12. Pittsburgh. Now that's only if Aaron Rodgers decides he wants to play football. He goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers and they're actually playing decent enough. You know damn well that the NFL would love to have Mr. I Own You have his probably last game at Soldier Field there. That's a potential flex candidate. I can also see Bears Lions at home. That could be flex. That could decide the division. That could decide the division. Remember last year, the
Oh yeah,
NFC
that's
North was
TBD.
decided.
That's TBD. That's an automatic flex.
Right. And the good thing about that game's at home. Like usually the week 18 game is always on the road. But you want that game in your building. We all know Detroit don't play that well in the cold. So those would be a couple games that I see that could be flex possibilities for the Bears there. Any games here that you see is like a potential trip up game that you got to be careful about? I actually think we got Joseph in the chat, so the Cowboys game is going to be comedy. That to me is a trip up game. I can see that being
I
a trip
don't.
up game.
So it's funny because I don't count early games as trip up games.
Okay, that's fair.
It's especially because of the first, like I said, the first 4 games is a preseason game to me. So I don't look at those games as trip up games. I look at the games towards the back end of the season. The Pittsburgh game is a trip up game. When you look at Pittsburgh currently right now, let's look at the team currently right now. They got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers should be the quarterback. We thought he was going to be the quarterback right now. He ain't signed nothing. So right now, Mason Rudolph is the quarterback. But even if Aaron Rodgers is dead, that is a very beatable team, right? I look at that as a trip up game because also that's a home game as well. Um, but the game, surprisingly enough, because the way that the schedule look at, and this should not be a trip up game, but the way that I think that the season can go for the Bears is the Green Bay Packers game, the second one, not the first one. They play Green Bay, then the Browns, then Green Bay again. The way I look at that last Green Bay game, that could potentially be a playoff game, so to speak. Um, and looking at that game and looking at San Francisco and then Detroit at the end of the season, got a feeling that could be a trip up.
Which game you say could be a trip up? The last one?
The second Green Bay game.
The second Green Bay game, one at home, week 16.
Yep, that could be a trip up game.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to call a division game a trip up game. I feel like it depends on how the Packers season goes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think. Let's just say, and then I'm not saying this because of Green Bay hate. I think Green Bay is the team that takes a step back in that division. But in doing that,
So you have more
I
faith in the Vikings with JJ McCarthy than you do in the Packers.
yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do have more faith um in them. But also I say that too because I also say that too because the way that the schedule is fixed out. Like after that bye week, you got Washington. That's not a trip game. If you lose to the New Orleans Saints, fam, you should just pack it up. The Ravens and Bengals game are already gonna be tough. I don't think. I mean, I don't have a feeling about them losing to the to the Giants. So when I look at the rest of the season, they're not losing to the Browns. That's another team that I feel like if you lose that game, that you need to pack it up. The Eagles is already going to be a hard game. So I look at the Steelers game and I look at the second Green Bay game because them going to San Francisco is the gulag. That never works out in
Yeah,
anything.
that's the House of Horrors. Even though we did win
Yeah.
in there in 2018. In 2018, we won the division. Mitch went there, threw a couple touchdowns, but that wasn't the same team. But there's the House of
That
Horrors.
right after that's when they was huff.
Yeah, right,
They
exactly.
huff.
Yeah, that was was Cal Shanahan wasn't even there. Cal Shanahan was still in he's still in Atlanta. He's still in Atlanta there.
I think that was Chip Kelly.
Yeah, I was also looking at like other NFL games in the schedule too. There's a lot. The Thursday night football schedule looks pretty good. Thursday night football schedule actually looks pretty good. They got a revenge game schedule, but I didn't really the Raiders game. I'm probably not even gonna remember because I'm gonna be in Vegas. I have not been in Vegas in 3 years. The last time I was in Vegas was for the NFL draft, and literally me and my brother we was in the draft room all day, and then we was by the bar in the casino the rest of the night. So, and I know that's gonna be like a link up type thing. I know a lot of people gonna be going there. What to you? Like, I want to talk like some storylines here, man. Like some storylines about how people can change the way the Bears look at them. Because I think that's the number one thing coming into the season is changing the perception of the organization. It's something that Kevin Warren has talked about constantly since he's been the president. Change the perception. How does we look at this team going forward? Like if Ben Johnson's coming out and this team looks so much differently, I don't think people are ready for the prospect. It's kind of like the Knicks. I'm watching the Knicks game right now. Do you see how the Knicks being good changes the NBA?
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing here. The Bears are the charter franchise. I hate Knicks fans. You know why? Because they remind me of me. They remind me of Bears fans. It's like looking at yourself in the mirror. I've always said Bears fans. The Bears are the football Knicks. Don't really have that many great moments in modern history. A lot of those moments have come from what opponents have done. We have two famous arenas, Soldier Field and Madison Square Garden, which are held very, very high with everybody else in the league. You got a swarm of legends from both teams. Like, you know how you see Spreewell, Allen Houston? You can do that for a regular Bears game. I can't tell you how many times I've been at Soldier Field and I see Otis Wilson. I see Mike Singletary. Last year, I saw Julius Peppers came to a game. Devin Hester. Brandon Marshall came out. So you got the alumni down pat. And I feel like if the Bears start winning, you're going to see more of that. And I know for what, because Otis Wilson told me in the elevator, I can't wait till this team start winning so they can stop rolling me out here. Word for word is what that man told me in the elevator. And that was week 1 3 years ago. Remember with the Niners game? It was raining. It was that game. So I think
that's the game that we missed each other at.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You was at that game. And I was soaked from just walking to the parking lot from the game from all the rain. But if the Bears come out high, if the Bears start putting up points, and Bears fans already travel when we suck. You're gonna really start seeing that presence, and you're really gonna start to see Ben Johnson in his favor. And Caleb starts ripping it. God bless.
Oh, we gonna be like Knicks fans. We gonna be them Knicks and 4 niggas.
100%. You know how niggas talk about Jalen Brunson? That's gonna be us talking about Caleb Williams. Yeah, Joseph in the chat. The monsoon game, bro. Nothing worse than walking to the field from the parking lot, you get soaked, and then you got to sit in air conditioning for the next 3.5 hours. It was terrible.
Yeah, we was slapped. Hey, shout out to my cousin Lee who watching right now. My cousin D, I think he watching right now. BG, we was slapped. We made it through.
That was when I met Otis Wilson, and he was in the elevator telling me he can't wait for the news. And quote unquote, so they can stop rolling my old ass out. That was the exact quote he told me. But I'm looking at these games, and I really feel like we were talking about the Washington game. If let's just say you win Washington, right? Let's just paint a world where Caleb is cruising. You beat Washington. He has a great game. You go back home and you take care of what you got to do against the Saints, and then you go against the two guys, Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, back-to-back matchup games. If he comes out of that unscathed, my nigga, we are in uncharted territory that I'm just getting excited thinking about.
Hey, if we just split that.
Yes, exactly.
If we just split that, mood changes. If we come out 0-2, it's like is expected. But if we beat Lamar and Joe Burrow in back-to-back games, the mood changes. Like, you know how when they put Go Bears in the CTA buses? Like, it be the street name and then go, oh yeah. That's when that starts right there. Like, that's when the mood change. That's when the confidence of the team goes sky high. And then that's when you look at the rest of the season. If they get through those two games, you got the Giants, the Vikings, and Pittsburgh right after each other before the Black Friday game against the Eagles. So that would be real big for the confidence of the Bears.
And we talk about House of Horrors. Lincoln Financial Field is House of Horrors.
Yes,
like, well, I think the last time we beat the Eagles there was the Brian Greasy game, like in 2007. When we won like at the buzzer in overtime. I
still remember when we got our ass beat.
Yeah, they were doing the electric slide.
Yeah, because we was at Complex 20. We was at Complex. We had Merck then was doing the toy drive. We was over there. And Merck was like, yo, put on the game for Bang. And to say I was emotional, I wouldn't have been surprised if Merck didn't invite me back.
That was a crazy game. I remember watching it in my room when I was a teen. I was in college at that point. Yeah, it was my freshman year of college. And I was just losing it because I think Bryce Grossman got hurt again or Kyle Orton got hurt again. This is pre-Jay Cutler. This is how old it was. I don't remember us beating them in their home since then. I'm trying to see what else. What do you like? Here's a better question. What do you think would be deemed a successful season for the Bears? Like, do they have to make the playoffs?
They have to win 9 games at the very least. They have to win 9 games in order for this to be a successful season to me. They won they were 7-10
when
the year before, and then
last year they won 5 games.
Excuse me, I'm talking about not the year before last.
Oh yeah, they won 7-11.
They won 7 games.
7-10. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, and then last year they wet the bed, and everybody got fired. You can't win 7. You got to win 9. You got Caleb in the second year, so there's anticipation there. You got Ben Johnson. The hope is that he's the offensive guru that you think he is. When you look at the way that this is spread it out, I think that you have to. The over under is 8.5 right now. Like, you have to win 9.
Yeah, I think 9. I think is appropriate. I think it's more than that too. I think it's the win total, but to me, I'm looking more than anything the offense. I think we've been saying this forever as Bears fans. Knicks fans waited forever to have a guy like Jalen Brunson, who, when you get to the fourth quarter, he's automatic. No disrespect to Patrick Ewing. I said this on I'm Not Gonna Hold You earlier today. He's never been that guy like Jalen Brunson, that guy when it comes to like, when we go in the fourth quarter, we got a great chance winning because we got this guy. When I want to feel confident going into the fourth quarter, like, we got Caleb, nigga. We're going to walk these niggas down. I've never felt that in my life as a Bears fan. I want to feel that. And so none of that to me is going to be answered until this season's completely over. And I want to see how Caleb responds to the ups and downs of the NFL season. Like, there's a whole new offense that's being built around him. And I'm glad it's being built around him on his strengths. And Ben Johnson and Declan Doyle, they're going to be building stuff to make Caleb the best quarterback, instead of last year we had those idiots try to make him do stuff that he's not used to doing. I want to see how he's going to be like with an actual offensive line around him. I'm going to be looking for the intricacies. I'm not going to be giving him the passes that I gave him last year in his rookie year. I can't. I can't. The older I get, the worse I get at spelling. I'm terrible. If you tell me to spell restaurant, I might have to seriously think about it. But that's what I want to see from Caleb. What's he going to do if he has a rough game? He gets knocked out. Because he is still a second-year quarterback. And I expect the same thing, like even from a Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden's going to have a little bit of a slump. I don't think he's going to have a CJ Stroud type slump because he's more of a mobile quarterback than CJ is. But I didn't even recognize CJ last year. His accuracy was so off. So there's going to be second-year things that Caleb's going to have to deal with. But I just want to see consistency on how he's going to deal with it. And so that's what I'm going to be looking for. Just tell me, what to you is it? So to me, I'll just answer this and I ask you. A successful season to me for Caleb is at least 25 touchdowns. He's not an interception guy, so I'm not really worried about that. Let's not fumble. Don't need any fumbles. But I need him to have at least 3,500 yards passing and just stay healthy. I think that would be a good one. And to make smarter decisions. It's more than just the stats. And for Ben Johnson, we know how he is with offense, but can he do that? What's he going to do now as an actual head coach? So what do you think would be a positive season or a great season for both Caleb and Ben Johnson?
Caleb has to be to be successful, Caleb has to have around 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, less than 10 interceptions. In order for it to be iconic, and this just shows you where we are at in the world when it comes to the Bears. In order for this to be iconic, especially with the tweet that Andy Agar threw out there when the Pope was announced, Caleb this year has to be the first Chicago Bears quarterback to throw over 4,000 yards. This has to be the year. Not next year, not the year after. Really, this has to be the year that we have a 4,000-yard passer.
And what about for Ben Johnson?
Ben Johnson, 9 games. Like simple as that. Well, one, Caleb being the first quarterback in Bears history to throw 4,000 yards would be a success and iconic in itself. But 9 games. I think that they need to win 9 games. Offense needs to look like this is going to be something for years to come. The defense needs to be improved and what they did last year. But 9 games. That's the goal. Get the Bears into playoff contention. Get the Bears into playing for a playoff spot in December, January.
My number one thing, win your division games. We have not been good in division for years. The last year, we were actually worse than the year before. So I need them to do better in their division games. That's what I want to see. But you know what I'm excited to see this year? I'm always excited to see every year. But the Bears-Packers rivalry, I think it's going to go to another level this year. And this is the reason why I say it's going to go to another level. One, I feel like they'll never admit it. I feel like the Packers respect us now. I don't think they'll ever admit it. But it's not, even when, like, think about the 2 games. Like, realistically, the Bears should have swept the Packers last year. We were a missed kick away, a block kicked away from sweeping the Green Bay Packers. That should happen. What's that nigga name? Jordan Love did not play well in either of the games he played against us. So there's the formula right there. And I think that Dennis Allen is going to have an even better way to try to guard Jordan Love. But I think now I feel like there's a little tension between the head coaches. And not that I don't feel that Ben Johnson dislikes Matt LaFleur, but I feel that Matt LaFleur doesn't really bang with Ben Johnson like that because Ben Johnson's confident came out like, yeah, nigga, we try to bust y'all ass. Like, that's what I'm on. And so I feel like that's going to be there. It's going to be a bad taste in their mouths because we did beat them. Packer fans can sit up here and talk about who was playing, who wasn't playing. I don't want to hear that. You know why I don't want to hear that? I had a dollar every time the Packers beat the Bears when we won 100%. In fact, if you really want to talk about it, the one Super Bowl you have in the last 30 years is because our quarterback was hurt. You beat Caleb Haney.
Talk shit.
If you want to go to that route, to me, it's a division game. I don't care who played division game. We won. End of that. So we beat them at Lambeau Field. They're going to come out and beat us like that. I think it's going to be a different edge to the rivalry, and I think there's going to be more care for it. I think it's going to be something that's going to be more important to non-Bears and Packer fans because to the outside world, this isn't a rivalry. The Packers just been smacking us up for the last 10 presidents. But it's always been a rivalry between the fans. You know, that when Packer Week, Bears Packer Week, we locked down. both sides of the spectrum, we locked down. We looking forward to this. I don't care how many division Packers won, how much they say they don't care about the Bears. They get up for both of those games. And so I think with both teams being better and that the fact the Bears have an offense, could have an offense that you can respect, I think it's going to bring an entire different level to this game. I think the NFL thinks that too. It's not been lost on me that this is probably going to be the nightcap for the doubleheader on that post Christmas weekend. They believe this can be even big.
And not only is it good for the league and it's good for the cities, it's just good for us confidence wise. I think this is the first year in quite some time that we come into the Bears Packers rivalry with confidence and not false confidence either. I'm talking about real, true, we could win this shit. And it's exciting.
Yeah, man, 100%. It is definitely exciting, man. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else we need to get into before we wrap this up? We're gonna go more into this. Oh, what's
Nah,
that?
I'm about to predict these motherfucking games.
Oh, you want to predict? Okay, let's predict.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Okay, let's do it. I didn't want to do that because I'm gonna be wrong, but fuck it, we're gonna do it. Week 1 at the crib, Monday Night Football.
Hey, what Stephen A. say is fluid.
I'm gonna go for a win. I'm gonna go for a win for that one. 1-0. Week 2, Detroit in Detroit.
Oh yeah, the Bears come out to see. Yeah, the Bears come out the game win.
I'm gonna say they win that one. Week 3 at home against the Cowboys. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for me.
No. I got the Bears 3-0 right now.
3-0. I'm gonna say 3-0 too.
Yep.
Week 4 in Vegas. That's the first loss.
4-0.
4-0. Okay, 4-0. Okay, I got 3-1.
No, excuse me. 4-0. Yeah, 4-0. We got a bye week. Kimberly Clark is gonna be talking to Caleb Williams, sitting down. Caleb Williams gonna be at Fox. He's gonna be at Fox Sports in LA. He's gonna be sitting in. Yeah. We're 4-0.
All right, bye week, nothing. Week 6, Monday Night Football. We getting our lick back. You got us losing that one.
Yeah.
I can't lose that one, man. I need that one, bro.
We need that one, but fuck it. I'm gonna go 5. I'm gonna go
5-0. Okay. Okay. At the crib against the Saints. You better win that one.
Yep.
So you got them 6-0. I got them 5-1. I don't think we're ready to play ball in either of these two next ones. I'm sorry.
No, we lose with 2 games.
I got back-to-back losses. So that's 4 and 3 right there against the Ravens and the Bengals.
And I'm 6-2.
Let's see. At home against the Giants, I got that one as a win. That's 5-3 for me. I'm sure you got that as win as well.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7-2 right now.
On the road against Minnesota, I think we're gonna sweep Minnesota this year.
I got that as a loss.
You got that as a loss?
Yep.
Okay, I'm got that as a win. I'm gonna go 6-3. At home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm gonna be real. If this is Aaron Rodgers, I'm gonna just say that as a loss. Just because I haven't seen us beat him like that. I'm sorry. I don't like to say it. If it's Aaron Rodgers, I'm assuming it's gonna be Aaron Rodgers. I'm just gonna assume it's gonna be.
I got this one as a win right now. We're 8-3.
We're 6-4. Mine. We go to Philadelphia. That's a loss for me.
8-4. That's a loss.
6-5 for me. In Green Bay. I think we lose in Green Bay. We on a 3-game losing streak.
I have that one. I have that one as a loss too. So what? That was a 2. I was at a 2-game losing streak. Then 3, 4. Yep, 8-5 right now.
6-6 for me. At home against Cleveland, that's a dub.
That's a dub. 9.
7-6 for me. At home against the Packers, that's a dub.
10 games for me. That's a dub.
8-6 for me. In San Francisco.
10. Yeah, we lost that one right there. 10-6.
I'm gonna say we win that one. I'm gonna say we win that one. 9-6. No, is it? It's 9-6? Got it.
That's for you 9-6. That's for you. No, you that 9 and no, that'd be 9-7 for you, I believe.
9-7. Yeah, 9-7. Oh man, I think this last one's gonna decide something. And I don't believe in defensive line enough for us to believe we can win a division. I think the Bears are gonna lose this game.
I
And I
do
got
have
us
that.
finish 9-8.
I do have the Bears losing that game too. I think the Bears finish with a 2-game losing streak, but they end the season at 10-7.
I got them finishing 9-8. They're gonna need some help to get into play. Here's the thing too about this tough schedule. Everybody in the NFC North got a tough schedule.
Yep.
Like the Bears ain't the only one. Everybody in it, we're playing the same teams. We're all playing the same teams. So everybody in NFC North got a tough schedule. I think this division is gonna go down to the last week, like it did last year. So let's all agree who's gonna finish last in the NFC North. Who's gonna finish last in the NFC North?
I think the Vikings is gonna finish last in the NFC North. Excuse me. Yeah, no, I think the Vikings are gonna finish last in the NFC North. I think Green Bay is gonna have just enough. I'm not big on JJ McCarthy. So I think that Detroit wins the division at 11-6, Bears 10-5, Green Bay 9 wins, and then Minnesota put them where you want to put them.
Yeah, I feel that I think the Lions will win the division again. I do. I do think that the Vikings finish last, but I'm gonna put a little pep in our step, man. I think the Bears finish second. I think the Bears finish second in the division. And I just don't. I'm not buying what the Packers are trying to sell, and that's just not even my Packer hate. I'm not buying what the Packers are trying to sell, man. So that's what we got. Of course, we're gonna do more in depth on this on Friday. On I'm
Remember,
not gonna hold
fluid,
you.
y'all. This is fluid.
This is all fluid. This is May 14th. I haven't even been to OTAs yet. I ain't even been to OTAs yet. OTAs start next Tuesday. I'll be at
But
OTAs.
I'm not making the mistake that I made last year.
Yeah. See, last year's camp was over. Camp was over, and we was smelling ourselves. It's all fluid. I will have a better idea mid camp of what I think this is gonna be. That's what I think. So that's just going off this, but I'm very excited.
Take the over. If the Bears are 8.5 wins, I am confident in saying take the over. I just don't know if it's gonna be 9 or 10.
Well, I'm taking over because I got 9. So yeah. We back on Friday. I'm not gonna hold you. We'll do a full breakdown in the local hour. All this is fluid. And I'm pretty sure we'll do another episode where my brother will give his opinion on the things, man. But next couple weeks, I'm going to be doing a lot of recap videos. I'm going to be spending the next 3 weeks up at Halas Hall. Next week is the first week of OTAs from Tuesday to Thursday. Then a week after that, second week of OTAs. And then a week after that is the first week of June. That will be mandatory minicamp. Then after that, we go like 6-7 weeks without nothing. June is like the dead month in the NFL. There's nothing going on in June. So then at that, it'll be training camp time, man. So stay tuned to the 79th Halas Twitter. Stay tuned to the Patreon. Stay tuned to the YouTube. I'm going to be doing recaps for every day. I'm at OTAs and minicamp coming up, man. So for Scott, you can follow Bang at JR Bang on all social media platforms. You can follow me at Barberchair Scott. Follow 79th Halas at 79th and Halas on Twitter. And we going to holler at y'all when we holler at y'all, man. We up out of here.
Bobby Yagam, Curtis Ennis. Know that we've been loyal way back from the beginning. A trusted source for the news. 79th Halas, what it is, what it do. Since Bobby Yagam, Curtis Ennis. Know that we've been loyal even when we wasn't winning. A trusted source for the news. 79th Halas in your ears, you. Since Bobby Yagam, Curtis Ennis.